Welcome to the 2020 pre-season. After 2 seasons driving Aston Martin, I have decided to go back to McLaren. McLaren was my first car in the first pre-season. Didn't do really well, but I really like McLaren. It's a cool car, it sounds cool, so I thought I'll try it again. And I practiced a lot for this track, and I have received a lot of coaching from better players. So excited for this new season with the McLaren at Spa. In qualifying, I managed actually to get in on second place. It wasn't really a good lap time, but it was enough. So, starting in the top 3, we see here car number 4. We're gonna see a lot of this guy, TK8 GT. He actually has a different tire strategy, and this race is all about strategy. Car number 1 and myself, car number 2, we starting with soft tires, and then we're gonna go to medium. TK8 GT starting in 4th place, he's starting on the mediums. The car in the 3rd place, he's starting also on the mediums. So here we are going up towards Eau Rouge, staying in the slipstream as much as I can. And here you want to go full throttle up here. I'm starting to slide a little bit, and I'm actually getting a penalty, and there it comes. So now we're side by side, and I'm pulling ahead, trying to be really careful not to slide up on the curbs here. And that Benz is all over me here, and I'm not protecting my inside enough, so he slips in there, and I really don't want to cause any trouble there. I have a penalty, and you know, there's it's a long race, 11 laps, and this sector here is I'm feel pretty comfortable in this sector, and I think you will see during the race that this is where I'm gaining. So behind us we have Uncle Jesse. He's 2 seconds behind, so we really don't have any threat from the rears yet. Just trying to find my rhythm here on the first lap, and I've been practicing a lot on this track with this car just to be comfortable with the McLaren. And you really need to shift different with the McLaren than what you do with the Aston Martin. You only rev it up halfway through kind of the rev spectrum there, and it's also more tail happy than the Aston Martin is basically like a freight train, while this one you have to be much more nimble and careful. So we completed 1 lap, and I'm basically continuing to chase the leader here. And we come into lap 4 is when he jumps into the pits. And I decided to take another lap. My tires felt okay, and as you see there on the 4th lap, I had my best time so far. So I decided to stay out. And it's going to be interesting here. I have a completely clean track. I'm just trying to drive here as fast as I can. Coming up Eau Rouge again. Good line through there. Didn't want to draw a penalty. And just pushing as hard as possible. Braking point here just before the curb starts. I'm staying in 4th gear, just rolling over there. You have to be careful on the left curb there. You can really slide out if you start to get any throttle on there. So I just kind of roll through there. Third gear, just roll through here with just a little bit of throttle input. Fourth gear. So I found that on the McLaren here, you can just you drive on higher gears. It's a bit of kind of rolling on the higher gear. You're gonna see here as I come into the next turn here, the right-hander. Fourth gear, can I just braking a little bit, just touching the curb, staying on the fourth, just keeping the momentum. Brake when the curb starts, staying on fourth. Again, keep the momentum, and here just flat out. So here we can see I lost 0.6 seconds. Sector 2. And that sector you really need your tires, so the tires are going out here. But I've been doing a pretty good lap anyway, I feel. Going wide. And going long, and here I'm pushing myself into the pits. I was braking too late there for these tires. So putting on the mediums, and as you see, I don't have to fuel that much. The fuel diamonds, I don't have to fill up the whole car for the estimate for the complete race here. So we need to refuel up to 70 or 80% there. So what's interesting here, the guy that was ahead of me, he is Miles. He's behind me. So we're cutting over here to Miles to see what he sees when he comes around the corner here. And I looked in the preview. So here, that's me out there in front. There I am. So now when I come out of the pit here, I have a whole gaggle of cars behind me. I have Miles in the Mercedes, the white Mercedes. In front of him is Aston Martin, and he hasn't pitted yet. So on Miles, the Mercedes outlap, he was severely compromised by the car in front of him as well as the car behind him. That's now behind him. They were both ahead of him and compromised him the whole outlap. And here I was really pushing us, not make sure that these guys. I really want to make sure that these guys stayed behind me, because I know the slower cars there would just hold me up, and probably the Miles guy in the Mercedes, he would pass me. So this is a key moment for me here. I managed to stay ahead of them, and the Mercedes, I call him Miles there from his tag name there. So now it's me and the Mercedes. So I really lacked out there through my in-lap, so to speak. He was so compromised, so he actually lost the position to me. So running in fourth place, the cars in front of us have not pitted. So here I'm just trying to get some distance to Mercedes behind me. Right now I have 1.2. So this looks promising. I know I'm gonna rotate out in first place if everything goes well. Trying just to focus here. The apex right, don't go wide there. Braking point here, first marker. 150 meters. Roll in on second gear, careful with the curb. Get on the throttle as soon as possible. So here we see all these guys changing tires, then go in with their medium tires. So all these were on medium strategy. That goes in there with the medium first, and then softs. So me in first place, the guy in second place. We are both on our medium tires. So, cutting ahead here to the 8th lap, and I do a big mistake. Go out on the AstroTurf, and Miles is catching me here. Really, really irritating. The TKS GT, which is a Porsche, sits still 2 seconds behind. So he's on pretty fresh soft tires. We have 3 laps left. Getting up in the slipstream here. And I have a penalty. But I'm getting the slipstream here on him. He's really protecting the inside really well here. He's going a little bit wide. I don't know where to hit him, so I'm staying with a little bit of distance there. Don't want to compromise my second place by doing something stupid here and getting more penalty. You see now the delta between me and the car behind is only a second. .4 miles ahead. Again, this is a strong sector for me. This is where I'm gaining a 10th. Good exit here. Now you can see 0.3 car behind. It's really doing good laps here on his soft tires. We're on our mediums. So, cutting to another camera here to see what's going on behind, because now the Porsche is up behind me and I'm not protecting my rights. So he kind of bullies his way a little bit through there, and they start to scrap here in front of me, which is it's going to be pretty fun to see. I still have my penalty to serve. Didn't get that good of an exit. They're 0.8 ahead of me. Now they're side by side. I'm in the slipstream. I'm gonna serve the penalty. They're chasing each other's slipstream. I serve my penalty. I'm cutting to another camera to enjoy the scrap these guys have. It's pretty cool. Nice and clean racing here. Look at that, side by side. Coming through the turn. No contact, just hard racing. Mercedes is still in front of the Porsche. I think the Porsche did a little contact there. Really good defensive driving, but the Porsche is up on him here. And I'm driving behind here, and I really enjoy being behind here and watching the scrap. I'm thinking maybe the two guys will take each other out, or at least one of them will do something. So I'm just doing my best to hold on here, and it helps a little bit that they're fighting with each other. And here's the moment where the Porsche is passing the Mercedes. So lap 11 coming up to our last lap here. I'm checking the fuel here at 1.5 laps, so that shouldn't be a problem. tires, they feel okay. I'm sliding a little bit wide. So does the Mercedes in front. Making sure I get the braking right here. And the Mercedes, he starts to struggle with his tires now. So he went a little bit wide, and now I'm up on his gearbox here. And I'm starting to smell the second place. Going a little bit on the inside here if he's braking early for whatever reason, so I don't run into him. Get a pretty good exit. He gets better exit than me. And he disappears a little bit here out in the distance. I'm staying in the slipstream here, so I'm gaining on him. I get a good run up the hill. Now I'm sitting in the slipstream, he's defending the inside. I'm going on the outside. He's on my right. I don't want to do anything stupid. He's going a little bit wide. And I'm just holding on for dear life here. And here we're cutting to another camera. I'm going on the inside. He's going a little bit wide. And I'm pushing ahead of him here. So now I'm in second place. We're on the final lap. At this point I'm really excited. I think his tires are weaker here. I'm starting to pull away from him here actually. This turn here is so depending on that you feel comfortable with the tires. So we'll be back in the car view again. So now I have 1.2 behind, 1.3 behind. So now I'm starting to feel really good about ending up in second place. You never know what happens though, so I have to be really careful coming up here. Also need to keep the pace up with the guy in front if he does a mistake, and I can capitalize on that. Coming in on the chicane, making sure my braking point is right. Careful here with the... Don't do anything stupid here, and I'm doing everything right. Coming in, he's celebrating ahead of me there in his Porsche, and I'm getting the second place. Really excited for this race. This was really much better than I thought. Had some apprehensions with the McLaren, but I practiced a lot, so I was comfortable with the car. And I got a good qualifying, and then I could capitalize in the game. So all in all, good race. Really enjoyed this. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Appreciate it. Yort in Texas Racing here. See you next time. Bye.